heroism. It's the pursuit of two ideals, excellence and a higher purpose. This noble mission is not just found in Hollywood. It's a game changer for businesses devoted to it. Almost all business owners launch their company to make a difference in the world around them. Join us on the Heroic Experience as we talk with business owners, senior leaders, and established entrepreneurs so that you too can elevate your business to heroic success. Now, here's your host, John D. Hanson.
Welcome back to the Heroic Experience radio show, where we are committed to elevating your business to heroic success. We are honored to be sponsored by Kaufman Media. Check out their digital signage solutions at their website, kaufmanmedia.com. That's spelled COFFMAN media.com. Excited to have Logan Edmonds, CEO of Tabernacle Technology Solutions, with us this morning. Logan, thank you so much for joining us, and let's dive into this first segment like we always do. Share with us a couple of the wow stories, the before and after of what Tabernacle has done for some of your clients.
Absolutely, John. Thanks for having me. So one of the most major wow stories I could probably provide right off the top of my head. Now, I can't give names because we have some NDAs and whatever, so I'll talk generics.
Right.
We had a client reach out to us approximately about a year ago. This was a business that's been in business almost 20 years at this point.
Okay.
So long legacy, good history, the mission was amazing, and the owner had purchased the business from the previous ownership maybe 2 years prior.
Okay.
There was a couple problems. They ran training services, think employment training, getting people ready for new jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the issues they had is they had all this legacy computer equipment that just didn't work right, no matter what they did. They had bad leadership beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
The investment behind the technology had been on a shoestring budget before the new ownership came in, and things were just kind of collapsing around them as they looked.
Wow.
They desperately needed a partner to kind of advise them on where to put their efforts to improve the situation.
Right.
And when you've got 20 years of legacy, it's not an overnight fix.
Right.
This is the kind of stuff that builds up over time.
Yeah.
So they reached out to us through a trusted third party that we both know and love working with, and they did the introduction. And we were able to take them from this situation where literally nothing worked. All these internal systems and training things, and it was costing them real-world productivity and real-world money every day because things did not work right. And we were able to take them and over the course of 6 months bring them to a point where, beginning of the 6-month period, I was getting calls left and right, probably half a dozen a day of all these issues they were facing, and we had to fix things and put out fires to, you know what, now, 6 months, a year later, when we're working with them, I hear from them maybe once a week, and they have a staff of over 60 people.
Wow, okay.
That means one person out of 60 reaches out once or twice a week. Their productivity is up. Their systems work correctly. People are not just sitting there twiddling their thumbs because certain systems and certain computers are not working right. And you know what? When you can quantify how much money you make on an hourly rate, and the owner has this formula down pat,
yes,
he can literally put a price tag on the amount of money he's making and saving by not having people saying looking for tech issues to be resolved.
Yeah, and trading services, of all the industries that would need technology working as it should, I would think that would be one of the industries. That's so cool. And the before and after, it's not like they started off. They inherited this complicated mess that what I loved in that piece was that you said you came in as an advisor. And I think we'll get into more details on the last segment where we talk about features and benefits and specifics of your solutions. But your role, before we go to the next wow story, you all come in and do kind of a review and advise before you ever charge a dollar. Is that correct, Logan?
Absolutely. So, yeah, one of the things people need to know, as if you're in the business or you're a business owner or business leadership, is we all know we have to invest in our business for it to succeed.
Right.
The question is, where is the best investment? Where am I going to put the most value for my investment and get the most out of it? And that's the role that very beginning we step into when we start working with a partner. We say, look, this is where you're going to see the most bang for your buck. This is where you're going to see the most value for your investment. And this is where you're going to get the best opportunity for what you need for your situation. That is, before we charge a dollar or a dime, that is the thing. We come in and say, okay, we see what you're dealing with. Let's see where you're going to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
We decide to start investing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because They want to make sure, like, we all need IT, we all need it better, but we don't have an unlimited budget. And even if we did, we'd still want to know, where do we start to get the best impact first? What's another cool story you've got, Logan?
Let's talk about another thing. So different kind of solution we provided. Okay. We had a partner reach out at the beginning of this year. They are a rapidly growing company. And whenever the company, you hit those rapid growth marks, logistics always something that you have to take on.
Right.
Anyone who's been in a position where you maybe started with a staff of 15, next thing you know, you're trying to work your way up to a staff of 60, 70, 100 people, and you're doing it within a year or less time. It becomes kind of mind-boggling how overnight you have to change how you do things so consistently. It's not just once or twice. It's over and over and over.
Yeah.
So this partner was having a lot of problems because they have a distributed workforce. They built their business during the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Their staff is spread across the country. So as you can probably imagine, getting people the tools they need when you have a staff that works across the country and you're growing rapidly can be a bit problematic.
Yeah.
So somehow this partner had their HR director being the one who did these logistics. And this poor HR director was just overworked and overtired, trying to deal with a rapidly growing company and also getting people all their equipment.
Wow.
They've got a call center, so you need phones, you need computers, you need all the tools that you need to run a call center. And so we stepped in. Up to that point, they were literally just going to Amazon.com, trying to put everything into a cart and ship it straight to the person, and it wasn't going so great for them. So we stepped in. We streamlined a lot of their internal processes and logistics and getting things to people, got things down to a smooth, orderly process, and now they work through us exclusively from beginning to end for all new hires, getting things set up, not only the internal IT systems, but equipment, getting people onboarded, getting them up and running in their jobs. And the difference in terms of the logistical headaches is night and day. Night and day. They are so much happier. I actually had a call with one of their finance advisors. They have a financial VP, and it was kind of humbling to hear, like, your family. We love working with you guys.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, Logan. Not surprising, right? Because a lot of business owners think we want to keep it all in-house because it saves us money. And while that might be true on the front side, you're not seeing the dollar go out being spent to someone. What you're losing on the back end is so much larger. You're losing efficiency. You're having this poor person that's supposed to be in charge of hiring and onboarding people, handling IT equipment. Like, that's not what was in their job description, but it's another hat they need to wear in a rapidly growing company. Growing pains are great, but it's great to have a partner that can help with that. We are down to the last minute before our first break. Time flies. Quick thing. Number one thing you hear most often from a business owner of why they are so glad they worked with Tabernacle Technology Solutions, Logan?
Business owners, I say number one thing is you don't know what you don't know. A good entrepreneur wants to wear all the hats in their business until they realize they can't. And once they bring us on board, they realize there was a lot of holes in their knowledge of how to do things most efficiently and effectively that they are glad they know now or have a trusted advisor, and in this case, that takes care of it for them.
That's great.
The logistical and stress of trying to run everything in your business can really take its toll. When you delegate that out to a trusted third party, the loss of that stress, it really just changes people on both their professional and personal lives.
Well, we are looking forward to your story, Logan. That's coming up in the next segment, so stay tuned. Join us on the other side of the break here at the Heroic Experience.
Inspire, influence, and connect your audience with digital signage. Kaufman Media offers customizable digital signage solutions designed to meet your company's specific goals. Whether you need digital menu boards for your quick service restaurant, digital displays for marketing in your retail stores, or wayfinding and unified communications for your schools, your corporations, or your healthcare facility, our customizable, affordable options and proven experience make us the only partner you'll need for your next digital signage project. Visit kaufmanmedia.com today to learn more. That's COFFMAN media.com.
Remember the days when you first started your business? You wanted to make a difference. You wanted to add value to your loved ones, your future employees, your customers, and your community. Here at Accelerated Revenue, we focus on cost savings, customer and employee experience, and cash flow to help your business achieve more while doing less. Freedom. Contact us today to schedule a no-obligation introduction, either at our website, accrev.com, or give us a call at 614-789-3486.
Check out John's worldwide selling book, Wow Your Customers, 7 Ways to World-Class Service on Amazon. Now, once again, here's John.
Welcome back to the Heroic Experience, where we are committed to elevating your business to heroic success. We are so happy to be sponsored by Kaufman Media. Check out their digital signage solutions and way more on their website, kaufmanmedia.com. That's spelled COFFMAN media.com. So happy to have Logan Edmonds, CEO of Tabernacle Technology Solutions, with us today. This segment of the show, Logan, I really enjoy. And I hope our listeners do too, because we get to hear your story, how you got to become CEO of Tabernacle Technology Solutions. So go back as far as you'd like and share with us how you got to where you are today.
Sure, absolutely. So it's funny enough, most people have a similar story of how they started with one thing. It usually ends up to they see something in whatever industry they're involved in, and they see a way to do it better.
Right.
Whether that's through customer service, better efficiency, whatever. In my case, I would definitely fall back on the customer service side of things.
Okay.
So I've worked in IT probably the best since about 2014 now, and I worked at several different kinds of positions. I worked for a university, I worked for another small business IT provider, and I worked for an international payment processing company, just to give you a few specifics, that was based in Romania. And I saw something across the board every single time, which was when I worked with teams of technology specialists, whether they were developers, whether they were technology support specialists, engineers, there was a general theme that came up. And it wasn't everyone, but it was way more consistent than I liked, which was they would treat the people they were supporting almost in a hostile manner.
Wow.
If only this person wouldn't keep calling me. If only this person wouldn't keep bothering me, I could do my job. And I sat there, and I scratched my head, and I said, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because the whole reason for our role is to support these people in doing their jobs.
Right, right.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So when we had an opportunity come up when I mentioned the payment processing company, there was a layoff, and I had some severance because of that, because of downsizing. And I took that severance as seed money. I said, I want to do this differently. I know there's a need in the market. I know there's a need for people who not only need the technical acumen to solve issues and take care of their businesses, but also provide them with a great customer service experience. I don't want people to be afraid to pick up that phone. I don't want people to be afraid to shoot that email. I don't want people to think, oh, I'm going to have to deal with this person, and I don't want to be treated like I'm an idiot. That's not what I want. I want people to know that when they pick up the phone, when they reach out, they are going to be treated like a human being that is valued and respected no matter what they're calling about. And so I took that simple, very simple concept, applied it to technology service with our business in the beginning. It resonated across the board. We started the business as a part-time venture in mid-2018. 2019, starting up full-time. We have since more than quintupled our revenue since starting the business. We're up to 5 employees now. We're growing rapidly. We have over 27 managed clients, and we are adding more every month. It resonates with people. People don't care nearly. They do care. I shouldn't say that, but they don't care as much about the technical acumen of your business as much as they care about the customer service. It always comes back to the customer service.
Yes.
If you provide great quality customer service, the rest can easily.
Yeah.
Always in my philosophy.
Of course, you can bring in the skills that are needed. I think that's why we connected so strongly, Logan, and why we're so proud to have Tabernacle Technology Solutions as one of our official partners of Accelerated Revenue, because of your just diehard passion for the customer experience. It's hardwired into me, and it's something that I've always believed in. And it's interesting how you talked about IT. They're in exactly what's defined as a support role. But when it comes to supporting internally or externally your clients, it's almost like being bothered. And it's that same experience we have in a lot of industries that are entirely dependent upon us. Airlines, fast food, entertainment, you name it. All those places where you've experienced poor service time and again. And yet you can be such a leader simply by focusing on making sure that the experience internally and externally is that much better. It's
Absolutely.
shocking how you can have great technology, you can have a great solution, but if you don't have an excellent customer experience, you're not going to get as far, or you're just not going to last, especially in the market nowadays. You touched on that. How far back do you think that focus on customer service, was that realization something that's just been a part of your life, or was it something that developed over time?
So believe it or not, it was a previous mentor of mine that kind of instilled that into me, which was you need to make sure when you tackle an issue that the person is 100% satisfied with your results. And that can mean a lot of things. That can mean the quality of your work.
Sure.
But that can also mean your personal dynamic with the person. The person needs to be satisfied when you walk away from whatever interaction you're going to be. They need to be happy. They need to be taken care of and felt like they're taken care of.
Yes.
And that really resonated with me. I took that and I kept that in my professional life, and it kind of fleshed itself out over time with experience into what it is now, which is that quality customer service interaction from beginning to end.
Yeah. Yeah. You also mentioned, and I caught this, you've got 27 current clients and adding more every month. You have long-term relationships established with your clients. It's not a one and done, hey, we took care of, we fixed that. It's a relationship that is proven and then just grows and deepens over time. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We have, when it comes to the actively managed clients, and what I mean by that is it's got a dynamic relationship where we're working with them on a daily basis or a monthly basis to resolve issues and take care of them. We have yet to lose a single client because it's a long-term relationship. So some of them have been going on for years now at this point.
Yeah. What's a very common issue that business owners have with IT, but they just don't know where to start? What's the thing that provokes them to finally pick up the phone or shoot you an email, outside of referrals, of course?
So I touched on it in the previous segment, but I'll mention this again. Entrepreneurs and business owners as a whole, people who start a business, they're usually pretty smart people. And they're smart and they're driven. So they start their business being also, on top of everything else they do, wearing the hat of technical support. They fix issues. And in the beginning, that's fine. You know, when you're in that startup phase and you've got yourself and maybe one other person, not a big deal.
Right.
But as the business grows, that eats up more and more and more of your time.
Right.
So when they finally pick up that phone, it's usually because they are exasperated because they don't have time to actually work on their business. They're spending so much time working in their business as technical support.
Yes.
They didn't start their business to be a technical support.
No.
They started their business to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
So that, more often than not, is the reason why I get those initial first calls from small businesses.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got about a minute before we go to our first break, or second break. Actually, time has just flown in this conversation. Second break. So this question that I have, after a client has had a fantastic experience with you, what's the kind of the one thing that they say, man, I wish I'd done this sooner because you did this for us, Logan? What would that be? Time
and resources. That is the one thing. When you gave me my time back. You gave me these internal resources that I had been allocating to whatever the issue may be in technology. Because we cover a wide gamut of technology solutions. But they will say, time and resources, I have these back in my pocket now. And that is the one thing they seem to always resonate and get back to us is, this is great. I actually have time to do things. Or this person that I was delegating, I mentioned the HR person, the person can do HR stuff again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
That's a lot of what we see.
I know those are well-worn things, but time is one of those resources that's always ticking no matter what you do. And if you can get that back, so to speak, fantastic. But we're honored to have Logan Edmonds, CEO of Tabernacle Technology Solutions. They're a trusted partner of Accelerated Revenue. Their risk-free solutions help us add even more value to our business consulting clients. Check out our official partner tab on our website, accrev.com, to learn more about Logan and our other official partners. And we will see you back after the next break.
Did you know that 70% of U.S. residents 12 and older recall seeing digital signage in the past week? Digital signage provides a 35% reduction in perceived wait time with a 30% increase in a customer's in-store browsing time. Kaufman Media offers customizable digital signage solutions designed to meet your company's specific goals. Christina said,
"We love our digital signage. The software is easy to use and we can publish content in minutes. It allows for every department to be seen and have a voice."
Visit kaufmanmedia.com today to learn more. That's COFFMAN media.com.
Attention business owners, Could your company benefit from stronger cash flow and strategies to navigate disruption? Join us November 17th in Westerville, Ohio, as Accelerated Revenue hosts an in-person free seminar with networking opportunities and engaging speakers that will help grow your business in every economy. Search Eventbrite for the Cash Flow Navigating Disruption Seminar or visit our website, accrev.com, to register.
Would you like to be a guest on the Heroic Experience? Contact us at john.hansen@accrev.com. Now, once again, here's John.
Welcome back to the last segment of the Heroic Experience. I have Logan Edmonds as our guest with Tabernacle Technology Solutions. We want to say thank you to Kaufman Media for sponsoring this show. Check out their digital signage solutions and more at their website, kaufmanmedia.com. That's COFFMAN media.com. All right, Logan, this is the last segment where we really go into the nuts and bolts of your solution, your features, your benefits. Let's talk about when you visit a business owner for the very first time and you're not charging them a dime. What does your process look like when you walk through the door?
Absolutely. So every business is different. They are all unique, and they have unique focuses and unique needs. The first thing I want to establish when I walk into a building, and I'm doing that what we call our initial client meeting and site survey, I want to see what we call their pain points are. What is the thing that's really driving them to reach out to us in the first place? Because no one just calls and says, I want to invest time and money into this IT stuff, just because I can. They're doing it because they have a need.
Yes.
When we're meeting that need. So we go in then and we see what the points of pain are for their business. And first things first, I am never, ever, if I'm not the best fit for you, if I know I'm not a good fit for the solution you're looking for, we're not going to take you on as a client because I have referral partners for that. There are people who can do some things better than me. But if your need fits into the solutions and services we offer, we're going to go ahead and advise you on the best next steps on what you can do to meet that. Whether your need is cybersecurity, that's a big one right now. Running things securely in your small business this last year has taught us that it's not just the big conglomerates that get targeted in these things. Mom and pop shops now are very much in the crosshairs of cybersecurity actors across the world. Whether it is efficiency and how to do your technology operations. Say you've got an ingest process of how you track your clients and how you keep records intact, how you share those records across your team, and you need a way of doing it efficiently. We can help you set that up and get that established and smoothed out. Whether it is, I just need someone to call and take care of issues as they come up. The famous I can't print issue.
Right.
It's a trope in our industry, but it is so true that printers, and if you have a large printing operation, for example, whether it's paperwork, documentation, legal offices, ends up becoming a pretty big logistical issue. We take care of that. Our biggest product and service is what we call our MSPC. Basically, what it is it's a flat rate you pay per person or per device, depending on how your business is set up, where you get all these things bundled together into a value package. You get the cybersecurity component, where your computer and your device is being protected actively, not only by the automatic stuff you expect from an antivirus from your local big box store, but also live managed by our security operations center team, making sure that your stuff is staying secure. You get things like email content filtering to protect you against email phishing attacks, people trying to get you to click that link or social engineer their way into getting sensitive information. You get on-demand support where you can pick up a phone and either dial our help desk number, reach out via email. You can even text us. We have a texting number that goes straight to our call center, and we give you support real time. You get all these things bundled together into a flat rate that's easily accountable and designed to scale with your business. If your business is growing, it scales with your business. If your business needs to, cut some fat and get a little more lean and trim, we can accommodate that as well. It is meant to be the solution you need for the size you are at and the operation you currently have.
Yeah, you mentioned in the second segment that business owners and entrepreneurs, driven, smart, intelligent, have their hand on the pulse financially of the company, so to speak. So they would know or have an idea of the cost to onboard a full-time IT person. And some companies have them. So I'd like you to answer two questions. First one is the value you bring fractionally through this bundled package. That's a great value. Compared to the cost to onboard a full-time, what that would look like. And then the second one is, how can you be a benefit to someone that already has an IT team in place? So if you could answer both those, that'd be great.
Absolutely. So just to give context to your listeners who may not be aware of the current salary and benefits range of an average IT person,
Right.
and I am acutely aware, being an employer of such people, the average IT person at the low level makes anywhere between $35,000 to $40,000 a year. That's your level one, pick up a call center technician.
Mm-hmm.
A quality person who can handle all issues done with them, an IT engineer,
Yep.
you're looking at $60K plus a year. Benefits, HR costs, retirement, not included in that.
Not included, right?
That's a pretty high cost to get someone on your team internally.
Yeah.
On top of that, they're just one person.
Right.
That's just one person, and one person has a finite amount of bandwidth to tackle whatever you're going on. I can tell you right now, a 60-person company can easily overwhelm the capabilities of one person.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The benefit you get with our cost is A, it is substantially lower than that $60K a year mark. B, you get access to an entire team. So we are currently 5 members strong. We lean on each other heavily just because, like I said, every one person has a finite amount of bandwidth, and it is good to have a team that you can rely on.
Right.
On top of that, you're looking at that cost as being very easily tracked and easy to kind of predict for. So from a cash flow perspective, we are always upfront about our costs. We never bury costs. We never leave. We're upfront from the beginning. This is what it's going to cost you. So you can easily account for that in your cash flow and know that I'm not going to see a dime past what I expect without proper notice and heads up beforehand.
Yeah.
And obviously stuff comes up, but we're always upfront about that, saying this is going to cost you and this is what it is. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Business owners really appreciate that. No one likes hidden fees and costs.
No, of course not. I haven't met anybody yet that is excited about that. It's not like the surprise in your stocking at Christmas time when you get an unpleasant surprise. Also, going back to that, if you do hire a full-time person because you want somebody in-house, you want that immediate access in their minds because you can get that on demand at any time with your team. The great thing about a team is that you have coverage. Like if that one full-time man or woman that's doing your IT for you, that professional, wants to take a vacation, what if they're gone for 2 weeks? Or what if they get sick? Or all the intangible information that they know inherently and something happens or they move on to another opportunity, it goes with them. So the advantage of working with if you don't have IT already especially, or you're rapidly growing, is that this can be a fantastic way to start or to supplement what you've already got in IT. What's one thing, Logan, you would say, business owner, they said, this was a surprise. We didn't think of this when we thought of IT services. What's one thing you've heard?
Clear documentation, record keeping. Because as your business grows, you are going to exceed what your business is running and you can keep in your head. I guarantee it. What we do, and you mentioned that you touched on it with that one IT person, when you go that route, there tends to be a lot of what we call internal knowledge that person can.
Yes, right.
And if they choose to leave your company, you are up a creek.
Yeah.
What we do to prevent that from happening is we document thoroughly every aspect of your company on the technical perspective. And that is available to you on request at any point.
Okay.
You have that information at your fingertips. So if you decide, and I'm not blind to this, if you decide down the line your company's growing and you want to change direction, I hope you don't, but I respect your decision, an entrepreneur and business owner, if you decide to do. We provide that to you, what we call our IT portfolio, that you have that documentation and record keeping at your fingertips, ready to go to pass off to whoever you want to take the reins.
And that's huge.
Hostage.
Yeah, that's huge because we know how often companies were in the last minute here. So I want to wrap things up for us, Logan. I want to thank you again for being our guest today. Learned so much about IT and why it's so valuable for business owners that have it, that would like to have it, and aren't necessarily sure where to start. They can't afford a large firm, and they don't want to necessarily just work with one person. To have a team that's already established with lots of clients that is absolutely customer focused, a fantastic resource. Glad to have you on. We are so honored to have him. You need to find out where your IT's at. And Logan's a great person to touch base with. How can they get a hold of you, Logan? What's the best way, real quick?
Absolutely. So I would highly recommend checking out our website, www.tabernacle, spelled TABERNACLE.tech. TECH has all of our contact information and some general resources where you can learn more about us there.
Great. Well, we'll come back for another episode to elevate your business to heroic success. We'll see you next time.
This has been the Heroic Experience. To learn how your business can be profitable and heroic, visit ACCREV.com. For access to free weekly content, subscribe to the Accelerated Revenue YouTube channel and follow John D. Hanson on LinkedIn. To listen to archived shows, find them on the Accelerated Revenue website under the Resources tab, ACCREV.com.